Good morning students. Thank you very much students for clicking on my video. I am your Nagini ma'am chemistry mentor. In today's section I am going to give the best trick to find the period number and group number of an element. In this topic is belongs to periodic classification of elements students first PUC. Okay. Now how to find the period number and group number of an element. Okay, Nama. So we know that in the periodic table total 4 groups are there: S block, P block, D and F block. We know that. Okay, now so S block element, the given element is belongs to which block element and which is belongs to which period, which group. Okay, now that how to find it. S block elements how to find, P block elements how to find, D block and F block. Now I'm going to discuss students. Clear this one. Now period number. So period number nana for S block, P block and D block also we can say that period number is same only students. Period number is equal to the, see here, period number is equal to the valence shell number. Valence shell number. That means valence shell number is equal to the period number. We know that valence shell is the last shell of an atom, correct? What is the valence shell? Last shell of an atom. See here students, I am giving just this is an atom. Okay, this is the first shell, second shell and this is the third shell. Okay, third shell. Now this is the nucleus. Okay, nucleus. This first shell, this is the first shell, second shell, third shell. So the last shell of an atom is called valence shell. Clear this one? This is the valence shell. The shell just before the valence shell is called penultimate shell. Penultimate shell. The shell just before the penultimate shell, this one is calling as anti-penultimate shell. Anti-penultimate shell. Clear this one? Anti-penultimate shell. So valence shell is represented by n, penultimate shell n minus 1, this is n minus 2. Clear this one? Total 3 shells are there. This first shell of an atom is called, where is the last shell of an atom is called valence shell. The shell just before the valence shell is called penultimate. The shell just before the penultimate shell is called anti-penultimate shell. Clear this one? So period number is equal to valence shell number students. Okay, what is the group number? In different in S block elements group number calculation is different and P block different, D block different, F block different students. Okay, now I'm going to discuss first of all S block elements. S block elements. How to find the S block elements, period number and group number. Okay, now S block elements. Here I'm in S block elements students, what is the group number formula? So what is the group number? Group number is equal to valence, total number of valence electrons. What students? Valence electrons. Valence electrons. So group number is equal to the valence electron students. Period number is equal to the valence shell number. So here also period number same. Period number is equal to what students? Valence shell number. Valence shell number. This you have to remember students. This is the, for S block elements there is a trick students. This you remember, you can calculate the S block elements group number and period number. Okay, now I am going to discuss the P block elements. Now see students, P block. In P block elements, Nana, P block elements, what is the group number? What is the formula? Group number formula, Nana, for P block elements, Ns plus Np plus 10. Clear? Ns electrons plus Np electrons you have to take. Here electrons take. Ns electrons plus Np electrons plus 10 you have to take. This is the group number formula. To find the period number students, same formula. What is period number? How to find? Valence shell number. Valence shell number. With examples I will discuss students. This first I am giving the trick. Okay, now after this trick I will discuss with examples. You can easily understand. Understood, Amma? Now this is the P block elements formula trick. Now coming to the D block elements students. See here, D block. D block elements. What is the trick in D block elements? See here, students. So in D block elements, Rana, group number is equal to the group number. So here group number, how to find, students, in D block elements? Ns electrons plus n minus 1 into d electrons. Clear? Ns electrons plus n minus 1 into d electrons, students. That is the group number. Okay now. So how to find the period number, students? D block elements also. D block elements also same period number is equal to the valence shell number. Period number is equal to the valence shell number. Clear this one? Valence shell number only D block element period number, students. Ardhaitama. So this is the trick in D block elements. Now coming to the F block elements, students, see here what is the trick. F block elements. F block elements, Nana, it contains lanthanoids and actinoids, correct? It contains lanthanoids and actinoids. Understanding, students? Actinoids. Lanthanoids from 58 to 71 atomic numbers, correct? These actinoids from 90 to 103. 58 to 71 means it is which period, students? 58 to 71 means it is belongs to 6th period. Are you clear? 6th period and 3rd B group. This is the 6th period and 3rd B group elements. Actinoids belongs to 7th period. Okay, 7th period, 3rd B group. Same group elements. This is 6th period, this is 7th period. Understanding? This is fixed. You have to remember this one. Understood, Amma? So these four are the tricks, students. S block. Okay, now S block, P block, D block and F block. These formulas, just remember, students. You can easily calculate the group number and the period number. So first of all, I'm giving the example, students. This is the best trick, students. You have to practice this one trick. Okay, nama. Period number is same only, students. For S block, P block, D block, period number same only. Valence shell number, valence shell number, valence shell number, valence shell number. Correct? Only group number changing. So for first I'm giving the example. First I'm taking the example of S block elements. Now see, students, S block elements example. S block element. For example, I am taking sodium element, S block element. Okay, now I'm going to calculate the period number and group number. So first, how to write? Its atomic number 11, electronic configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s1. Correct? 3s1. Now, what is the S block elements period number, students? Period number means what? Valence shell number and group number is equal to valence electrons. Total number of valence electrons is equal to the group number. Now see, students, here in this sodium atom, here which shells are there? This 1, 2, 2, 3. These numbers are shell numbers, students. Okay, number shell numbers. These up numbers are there, na? These are electrons. Clear this one? These are electrons. Now see, students, this is the first shell. This is the, here one number is there. It is the first shell. Here 2 is there. This is the second shell. Here 3 is there. This is the third shell. Now 1, 2, 3. 3 shells are there. 1, 2, 2. Here 2 are there now. That's why completely are considering as a second shell. It is a third shell. Now 1, 2, 3. This 1, 2, 3. Which is the big number, students? 3. Correct? So this is the last shell, big number. It is calling as the valence shell. So which is the valence shell number? So which is the period number here? Period number is equal to 3. It is which period, students? Third period. Are you clear this one? This is the third period because period number means valence shell number. What is valence shell number, students? Last shell number. Our big shell number is calling as valence shell number, period number over. It is a third period. Now coming to the group number. So how to find it group number, students? What is the formula group number S block element, students? Valence electrons, correct? Valence electrons. How many valence electrons are there here? In third shell, valence shell, correct? Third shell is the valence shell. So in third shell, how many valence electrons are there, students? Only 1 electron. So that's why it is a which group element? How many electrons? 1 electron. So that's it is which group element, students? First A group element. Are you clear? First a group element, students. First a group element. Clear this one. So it is a first a group element because S and this is which block element? Last electron enter into which orbital, students? S orbital. Last which orbital is there? S orbital in electronic configuration. So that's why it is a S block element. Clear this one. Okay, S block element. And S and P block element, students, both are S and P both are belongs to A group, belongs to A group. D and F block elements belongs to B group, students. So when you are writing the group number, you have to mention either A or B, students. So if it is S and P block, you have to take A group. If suppose it is D and F block, you have to take B group. Now see, students, it is S block element, so that's why I am taking as A group element. First A group element. Ardhaitama, this is S block element. Clear this one. So this is about the S block elements. Now coming to the P block element, see, students, one example. P block element. So what is the P block element? One example you take, students, P block element. So nitrogen I am taking example. Atomic number 7. 1s2, 2s2, 2p3, correct? 2p3. Because it is a p block. Why we are calling p block, students? Last which orbital is there? P orbital. That's why nitrogen element belongs to p block element. Now in p block, what is the trick, students? What is the period number and group number? I told you period number is equal to valence shell number, group number is equal to ns electrons plus np electrons plus 10. That means here what we have to take, students? What is the group number? What is the period number here? Period number is equal to what, Nana? First shell, second shell. Here 2 is there. This is completely second shell. 2 shells. 1, 2. In 2 shells, which is the big number? 2 is the big number. So that is the valence shell number. So that's the valence shell number is equal to second. So it is which period, students? Second period. Are you following? It is the second period, students. Clear this one, or we'll call it as second period. Understood, Amma? Second period. Now coming to the group number. Now see, students, what is the group number? I told you formula. Group number is equal to what is the formula? ns electrons plus np electrons plus 10. Okay, what is the formula, students? ns electrons plus np electrons plus 10. ns electrons means here s. N is what, students? Valence shell. Okay, na? Valence shell is which one? Big number. Valence shell, last shell or big number, second shell. So in the second shell, ns, n is the 2. In 2s, how many electrons are there? 2 electrons. In p, how many electrons? 3 electrons. Here 2 plus 3 plus 10. How much, students? 2 plus 3 plus 10. That is how much, Nana? 15. Clear this one. Total how much, Nana? It is a 15th group element. 10 plus 3, 13 plus 2, 15. It is a 15th group element. Clear this, students? How to find it? This is P block element. What is the formula? ns electrons plus np electrons plus 10. ns means here n is the valence shell, students. What is n? Valence shell. What is valence shell? Last shell of an atom or big number. See, this is the shell number 1, 2, 2. This is completely second shell. This is first shell. In 1 and 2, which is the big number? That is the valence shell. So second shell is the valence shell. That means n value how much, students? Here n equal to 2. Okay, na second shell. So that's why in the second shell s electrons. In the second shell s electrons how many? 2. In the second shell p electrons how many? Second shell n shell p electrons how many? 3 and plus 10. Total how much, Nana? 15th group element. Clear this, students? It is a 15th group element. Now I am going to discuss about the D and F block elements. D block elements I am going to discuss. Now see, students, D and D block element. D block. D block elements. Now in D block elements, students, I am taking one example. In D block elements, scandium. Okay, scandium atomic number 21. What is electronic configuration, students? Argon 4s2 3d1. Correct? Argon 4s2 3d1. Argon means up to 18 electrons completed here. 4s2 3d1. Now here, which is the number big one, students? Here 4 is there, here 3 is there, shell numbers, correct? These up numbers are electrons. Okay, now otherwise in place of argon you can take electronic configuration, students. 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s2, 3d1. Now see, students, here period number is same only. That means valence shell number is equal to the period number. Valence shell number means last shell or big shell. Now see, this is the first shell. Here 2 is there, second shell. Here 3, here 3, here 3 also is there. So that's why this 3, this completely it is a third shell. Are you following? This is the third shell. Arthaitama? This is completely third shell. Are you understanding? Third shell. This is the fourth shell. Okay, now total 4 shells are there. Now in 1, 2, 3, 4, which is the big number? Only 4, correct? This is the 4. So 4 is the big number. So that is the valence shell number. So that's what is the period number, students, here? So this is the period number. So fourth shell is the period number, students. This is the period number, fourth one. So period number is equal to which period? Fourth period. Okay, it is the fourth period element. Okay, now and next last, which orbital is there? D orbital. So that's it is which block element? D block element. Okay, now I'm going to calculate the group number. How to find it? Group number, students, what is the formula? Ns electrons plus n minus 1 into d electrons. N means what here? N indicates the, N is what? Valence shell. Okay, now n minus 1 means what, students? N minus 1 means penultimate shell. N minus 1 means penultimate shell. Okay, now if suppose n is the fourth shell, 4 minus 1, 3 is the penultimate shell. Anna. Clear? So here what is the valence shell here? Fourth shell. That is the valence shell. Are you understanding? So 4 is the valence shell, students. In the fourth shell, now see group number, in the fourth shell, ns electrons. N means fourth shell, valence shell. Here, how many s electrons there, students? S electrons 2 are there. So here you have to substitute 2 plus n minus 1. N minus 1 means n equal to 4. N equal to 4. Then n minus 1 is equal to how much? 3. That means third shell. Okay, now so in the third shell, d electrons. In third shell, s electrons there, p there, d there. So in third shell, how many d electrons are there, Nana? 1 electron. So 2 plus 1. How much, students? 3. That's why it is which group element, Nana? It is a D block elements. It is a scandium is which group element, Nana? It is a third B group element. Are you clear this one? Because it is a third group element, but it is a D block element. I told you D block elements belongs to B group. So that's why what you have to take, students? Third B group element. Clear this one? Third B group element. This is about the D block element, students. Understanding, Nana? Okay, na? But in the case of F block elements, how to find it, students? Just you have to remember the F block elements. You have to remember atomic numbers 58 to 71. What is the period? Sixth period, third B group. Here, suppose any element they may ask students. Suppose X is an element, its atomic number is 670. Suppose 70. What is its period and group number? 70 means which element? It is belongs to lanthanoid. So that's what is the period and group numbers? It is group period is sixth period, third B group. Over. And in coming to the actinoid, students, how they will ask the questions. X is an element. X is an element. Its atomic number is 95. Okay, now what is its period and group number? So what is the period number, group number? 95 means which element? That is actinoid. Actinoids which period, which group? Seventh period, third B group. So that is a direct bit, students. Here there is no any particular formula to calculate. Just atomic number they will give. You have to remember these atomic numbers 58 to 71, 90 to 103. Then only you can remember. Then only you can calculate the problem, students. Here this is lanthanoids belongs to sixth period, third B group. Actinoids belongs to seventh period, third B group, students. Okay, Nama? So this is the best trick, students. You have to practice this all. Okay, na? Period number for S and P block. This period number, it is equal to S block, P block and D block. Clear? For 3, this only. Valence shell number only. Clear, Nana? This is the valence shell. last shell of an atom, valence shell, just before the shell. This shell is called penultimate, this shell is called anti-penultimate. Nana adha aitama, anti-penultimate, n minus 1 n minus 2. So this is the formula. In S block, group number is equal to valence electrons, just valence electrons. In P block, group number is equal to, this is the formula, n means valence shell S electrons, valence shell P electrons plus 10. D block elements, group number, how to find? Ns electrons. N means valence shell. Okay na, n means what, students? Valence. Okay, valence shell. N minus 1 means penultimate shell. Okay na, penultimate shell. Here already I told you, valence shell is n, penultimate shell is n minus 1, like this. So that's why here n is what, students? Valence shell. N minus 1 is the penultimate shell. So this formula you have to apply, Nana. Clear this one? So S block, just you write the electronic configuration 1, 2, 3. So which is the big number? That is the valence shell. How many valence electrons are there? That is the group number. First A group, over. P block, here what is the period number? Valence shell number 1, 2. Only 2 numbers, into 2 is the big one. So that is the valence shell. So that's why it is the period number, second period. Group number, ns electrons plus np electrons plus 10. Ns electrons means n is the valence shell S electron. So this n is the valence shell P electron. That means valence shell is second shell. So second shell S electrons, how many? 2. Second shell P electrons, how many? 3 by plus 10. Are you clear? Ns electrons. N means valence shell S electrons, valence shell P electrons plus 10. This is 15th group element. Clear, Nana? So this is P block. And coming to the D block. D block, Nana, scandium I am taking example 21. Clear? So here fourth shell is the valence shell. That's why I am saying you, Nana, last shell of an atom is called valence shell only, but I am using another word also, big number, which is the big number, which is the big shell number, that is the valence shell. See here 1, 2, 3, 4. In the case of scandium, 4 number is middle came. Okay, but last which shell came? Third shell came. That means that it is a third period. Third shell is the valence shell? No. So that's why you have to see which is the big number. 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3. Third shell. This is the fourth. Fourth shell is the valence shell. Clear, Nana? So that's why it is a fourth period. And coming to the group number, ns electrons plus n minus 1 into dl. This is valence shell. This is penultimate shell. Means n is fourth shell kada. Penultimate shell means third shell. In third shell, d electrons. In valence shell, s electrons. In the valence shell, fourth shell, s electrons 2. In n minus 1 means third shell. In third shell, d electrons. D electrons, how many? 3, s electrons 2, p electrons 6, d electrons 1. D only we have to take 1. That means it is third B group element. Okay, now it is a D block element. Understanding, students? And when you are writing the group number, you have to mention either A or B. So A group means S and P block elements belongs to A. D and F block elements belongs to B group, students. Are you clear this one? So P block elements, nitrogen is which group, students? 15th group. Okay, na? So directly you can write 15th group. Here you no need to mention either A or B, students. Directly you can write. Okay, thank you, students. I hope you like this video. If you like this video, please like, share, comment and subscribe my channel, Nana. Thank you, students.